day. It's the day start. It's that excitement. It's that first check. It's that first client. It's that 10th client. There's 100 clients. It's the journey. You have to prepare to enjoy every single moment of it.
What is up, friends? Rob Sevilla here, and I'm back with a brand new Spitting Fire Leadership podcast for all of you today. And I'm with this power couple, Tony and Magalie, all the way from Houston, Texas. Is that right?
That's right.
I'll say hey just real quickly.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Thank you, Rob, for having us.
Absolutely. I met this power couple about a month ago at an event in Springfield, Missouri, and I love their heart, love their passion, just love the overall spirit that they were projecting. And so I know something today that we're going to talk about is going to divinely inspire you to be the creator that I believe that our creator has called all of us to be. But before we dive into that, as always, please like, comment, subscribe below, turn on the notifications, share this with someone who needs to hear this message today. Well, guys, I'm so excited. I've been excited about you coming on. And what I always like to do in the beginning is for you guys to share a little bit of your story. Doesn't matter who wants to go first, a little bit of your background, some little bit of that transition time up to what you guys are doing today.
Okay, so I guess I start with myself first. So everyone, my name is Tony Lee in Houston, Texas. We run an agency here called TMT Insurance. And my background, I've been doing insurance for the last 20 years. Technically, that's my background is insurance. But besides insurance, we do a lot of other business prior to where we are today. It's not an easy journey, but we enjoy every bit of it. So that's a little bit about myself. Maggie?
Same as well. We both met in the insurance industry. Been in it for 22 years now. It's been ups and downs, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We're so blessed that we have 3 kids. We have we started with a big storefront here in Bel Air, and now we have 4 offices, and we are able to give back. And I think that's where we define our success is how much are we able to give back, and that's something we have been able to do the last few years, and we've been feeling so blessed and grateful for all of that.
Absolutely. And I love that you bring up generosity in the beginning, because that was one of the things that really attracted to me when to meet you guys when we were in Springfield at that event. But I want to talk about something. 20 years, right? And I know we're talking about the insurance industry today, but in any industry, the longevity, what it takes to be 20 years in any industry. Real quickly, for both of you, what do you think is a characteristic that you have to cultivate in your life to be able to stay with something 20 years? And let me kind of just put a little more context to that. A lot of times people don't want to, excuse me for being so blunt, suck at something long enough to eventually become good at it. Why did you guys stick it out for 20 years?
We believe that in this industry, there's a good and bad, right? It's just like how one of our logo is a lotus. Lotus stands for, in our tradition, in the Asian tradition, is the pure. So the lotus is grow in the mud, dirty, very dirty, right? And then, but when they sprout, they actually burst out. They grow outside of that dirt. So that's why it's our standing for, right? We want to be the person in the industry to do the right things for our clients. And we always believe in education. It's not about, the commission. It's about the mission before the commission. So we've been doing that for 20 years, and we just focus on educating people and helping them do the things that 20 years later, they look back at, thank goodness, I spoke to Magalie and Tony, therefore my policy still exists, rather than some other clients that I know that when they come to us, and it let me see the policy and it's not there anymore. So, those kind of things, and that's why it give us, that's who we are. So we always work on based on with that. And why we joined this industry because we believe in education. We want to teach our family. But if we don't learn, we're not in there, we cannot teach back whatever we learn to our family.
And I think that's so true because, like you said, for 20 years, it is definitely a journey that we're 20, there's so much more to that. And I think that throughout the years, as we go all in with life, we keep thinking, is this the right decision? Is this the right decision? We second guess ourselves all the time. It's because as you go through life, there's so many opportunities for us to go a different route. And every single time we want to go a different route, we feel like, hey, you know what? We have to keep doing what we're doing. We see other people taking shortcuts. See other people doing these things that maybe they shouldn't have, or, and we wonder, like, what, by going the route we chose, is this right? Is this right? And we, it's a great thing to be a couple because we're able to pull each other up. Some days it's like, hey, this route is taking so long. We're doing the right thing for these clients. Do they know what we're doing? Do they understand? Do they appreciate us? And every time we just tell each other, okay, you know what, let's just do the right thing. And you know what, at the end of the day, at least we can lay down and go to sleep. And I think that peace of mind is so important. That mental health is important. Knowing that you've done the best you can each day.
Yeah, no, I love that. You guys are definitely spitting some serious fire right out of the gate. But I love what you said, Tony. You said the mission before the commission, right? So, in our industry, obviously, you can make some good money, right? As Magalie talked about, you can take some shortcuts, and we see people do that all the time, unfortunately. It's never good for the client. But what kind of mindset or what kind of tips could you guys give to someone who maybe out there is too commission focused, but needs to shift to being mission focused? Is there something that you guys practice in your life daily or monthly or weekly, or just what you practice throughout your life to help you be more mission focused and not commission focused?
To me is that every time I help someone, I always put myself in that situation. I mean, I get it. I want to make commission because commission is creating income. We all need income to survive, right? But then if you actually think about it, maybe the commission is might be less or not as much that we wanted to, but it's come in tenfold once you help people the right way. They'll bring 10 people back to you. And then on top of that, what's good if you making a commission is you can't go sleep at night.
Sure.
You keep thinking, and then what if something happened to the client that you help and they cannot use the insurance? If you ever thought of that, it's just almost like, indirectly murder somebody and then go and sleep at night, peacefully. No, you can't do that, especially in the health industry. And that we're going through a lot of health issues and the mental issue as well. So it's just not, to me, it's like insurance industry is a calling. You go out there and helping people. The man above sent you here to being an insurance agent to help people to make sure that when they're not there or when they're sick, there's something protecting them, protecting their family when they're left back behind. So, it's just something that you have to think about it. Put yourself in their situation if something happens.
And that's probably the only way you're going to do the right thing at the end of the day, is to have that empathy, have that compassion, I feel. And it's the tough days come when you don't no longer make that commission you thought you were going to make, and you may not have that client. And you know what? It's the mission that's going to keep you going. It's definitely not the money anymore because you can't find anymore. But you know what? You're just going to believe and have hope. And that's where I feel the passion has to come in, and you have to be able to, keep going with that passion, because those tough days are way more than those good days, way more. And I have to say 80% of the first 20 years is the tough days. And you only have, I'm not sure how, the 20%, how much more we're going to get, but I'm telling you, it's a lot. And you just have to enjoy the journey. I really believe that, if anybody is starting inside the insurance journey, I tell them, guys, don't look forward to the end of the journey of when you're going to be successful, you're going to make a lot of money. It's the entire journey. It's today. It's the day you start. It's that excitement. It's that first check. It's that first client. It's that 10th client. There's 100 clients. It's the journey. You have to prepare to enjoy every single moment of it, the good and the bad, and make the best of it.
Yeah, and I love what you guys are saying. And if you're watching this today, this is a master class of what it takes to create longevity. Maybe your why is not deep enough, right? You got to have a why that's so emotional, that you're so passionate about, that on these hard days that they're talking about, you will fight through it and go, my dream is not for sale, right? And listen, I don't like to give numbers out on every podcast, because I think a lot of podcasts do it and can get kind of flashy. But you guys know what you're talking about. In Springfield, I can't remember, how many clients did you say you had on the books?
We have over 10,000 clients across all our lines.
Wow, over 10,000 clients. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because this power couple knows what they're talking about. They've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it doesn't matter if you're in the insurance industry or whatever industry you're in. You're going to have bad days. And if you don't have that mission, that deep mission of why you're doing this, or that calling, as Tony said, you will quit every single time. And I love what you guys said too, that there are days, I mean, myself, I think every leader goes this, you second guess yourself going, boy, is this really worth it? Was this risk? You stick with it. It seems just to pan out. Now, you guys work together as a couple. Give us a tip. Right? Give us a tip or some tips on how are you guys able to work together? Because maybe there's somebody watching, they're not in the insurance business, they are, but they're going, hey, I want to work with my wife, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Give us some tips that have helped you guys thrive.
You know what? It takes a lot. It takes a lot, because we both are.
You mean it's not easy?
We both leaders in a way. It's like we have our own mindset. We have a very strong mindset, and of course it's not like a perfect all the time, right? But it's just like business partners, right? But we need that. We need to not to have a partners able to say yes to you every single time.
That's good.
So, and I believe that everything if I do make mistakes, she pointed out, she make mistake, I point out, but we need to understand, what do you call that? A fix. It's not like telling you, hey, you need to stop completely, whatever, but you cannot take personally. So I respect that. We've been in each other over 20 years. I definitely, without my wife, there's no us. There's no way that we built this business today. And we might build it slow, but I know for sure our foundation is really strong. Because again, she always remind me of doing a right thing. I remind me of the right thing, because it can go south very easily, because once you start making the money and then you get all this, you have to focus on the mission all the time. And that's just one of the biggest things, right? We have this common goal is give back. So we all remind ourselves, how you remind yourself, put yourself in that situation. That's why we're doing charity every single year. We're going back, we're seeing people that is like completely nowhere near in the US. So it just reminds us again, it's like, wow, we have to appreciate our lives. We need to appreciate our partnership, because what's the point of going out there and find another women and then we have to start at 20 years again? That's a lot for me. I like, forget it. You know what I mean? And then for
how it works. I'm telling you, grass is not greener on the other side.
That's what we think, but I mean, I'm appreciated that this partnership working out really well. Of course, and then we have a family with 3 beautiful kids. I love it, so we have to appreciate what we have every single day, including our partners, right?
Definitely a lot of compromising. I'm telling you, whether I feel in life, no one's 100% perfect, whether it is spouse, whether it is friends, whether it is business partners, every bit of it is all about compromise. And with compromise, I feel you have to have love. If there's no love, there's no such thing as compromise. And if a relationship doesn't have love and doesn't have compromise, then you can cultivate it. I don't think it can ever grow. It doesn't matter whether it's between you and your kids, whether it is between you and your parents, whether you and your siblings. I feel that it has to come from a place of love first. And then because of love, you're willing to talk things out. You're willing to compromise. You're willing to make it work, to be able to make each other happy, to be in a better place. And some days you lose, but you know what? You lose doesn't mean you lose. Some days you lose, but you win. You win. You continue that beautiful friendship. And I feel that compromising in life is really everything. You just have to learn how to come from a place of love, and compromising will happen automatically.
Yeah, no, I love that. I read a quote one time that says you can either be right or you can be in love. And a lot of times people tend to focus on wanting to be right all the time, and they really sacrifice the most important part of cultivating that love. So I totally agree. It can all hit the fan some days and get crazy, right?
Yep.
Everything's going great. But if you realize that you're on the same team, listen, they're dropping some nuggets if you're watching this today. You're on the same team. You guys have the same mission, and don't be at odds at one another, but direction. Learn how to compromise, as they're talking about, because ultimately that delight or that destination as you go through the journey is going to be worth it. So I appreciate you guys bringing that up. Let me ask you this real quickly, both of you. What's the biggest breakthrough that each of you have had that helped you get to this level? And it could have been multiple events. It could have been a mentor, a book. I get that. But is there a breakthrough that you go, this happened in my life and allowed me to break through and get to where I'm at today? Is there anything that kind of rises at the top?
My breakthrough, because for the last, I'll say 20 years, every single thing that we do is not a easy ride. To me, I've been through a whole lot of, failed business, people cheating on, your business, taking your money, taking your downlines. We're going through a whole lot of that, right? My breakthrough is just, you know what? I'm just keep going. I'm just gonna just do the right thing. It doesn't matter, because I start with nothing, and I'm gonna go up regardless, right? I don't care what other people do. We just have to do the right things. Every single time that we start before we start our business, right? We in the multi-level almost kind of thing. So our team is completely taken away, and we built it so hard to get to where we had, and boom, just gone like that. So, it's the mindset. It's like, okay, that's why it's a good thing that we have each other. We keep reminding ourselves, say, you know what, it's okay. Every rainy day we'll have a sunny afterwards, right? So it doesn't matter. It's not gonna last forever. We could keep going and going for the last 20 years.
And I think that's so important with even life, whether you're not in business. We tell each other that the only way we last till today is because we wake up every day and we go to sleep every day with one goal in mind. And I think the goal is do the best we can with what we have, so that we can be in the best position possible tomorrow. And that's all we ask for. We don't know what that tomorrow is, but we just hope to be in the best possible position so we can take on, whether it is an opportunity, whether it is a hurdle, whatever it may be. Please put us in the best position, physically, mentally, possible, so that we can tackle tomorrow. And I feel that that's a small win each day. That is our win each day.
You guys are taking us to church here, man. You're me up, because I think, guys, and you know this, I'm preaching to the choir here, but you guys know this. So many people just quit at just a little bit of adversity, and they don't realize that they could just break through that. The light on the other side it just makes you stronger, right? And I've been there too. I've had downlines stolen from me. I've had commissions taken from me. I've had this happen to me, people bad mouthing me, all these things. But I always tell people, my dream isn't for sale. This is a dream that I believe my creator put in my heart, and I'm going to see it through. I think you guys feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I love that. I love that perseverance to you. Let me ask you this. Tony, we'll start with you. What does success mean to you?
Success to me means that if I can help my immediate family first, and then reach out and help more people, And that is defining of success in my definitions.
I love that. Magalie, what about you? What does success mean to you?
Success means to me, honestly, right now, it has changed a whole lot from being single. Success to me was being able to take care of my parents, being able to retire my parents. And then when we got married and now we have kids, success to me each day is being able to be present, to be there. And everybody probably knows, I have FOMO. I have this fear of missing out. And success to me is being able to show up where it matters. And I think that's so important, whether it is not seeing an old friend for so long, and it matters to me to be there. Whether it is somebody's counting on me, somebody wants me to be somewhere more than I want to be there for myself, and to be able to do that. To be able to give back, to be able to do everything in life that I feel that is success to me, is to be able to show up, to be present. Not to show up, but to be present, to be there, to be living it. And honestly, it has been a blessing because we run our own business. We're able to be there for our kids. We're able to take our kids everywhere with us, to be present along with us. And that alone, I feel, it's such a blessing. And we've worked so hard every day just to be able to have that luxury.
No, I love that. And I agree. I think our definition of success is always evolving as we mature, as we grow, as we have kids, as we get around other people that kind of give us a broader view or a bigger definition of what success can be. So I definitely love that. Tony, real quickly, I was watching another podcast with you where you brought up your, and I don't want to get too emotional, but you brought up your father. You passed away. Is that correct? Let me ask you this real quickly. What was the biggest lesson your dad taught you that has helped you achieve the success you've had today?
My dad's always the family man. I remember when I was a kid back in Vietnam, every single day, when first thing he come home, he'd pick up a broom and start, sweeping the floor and cleaning up. He don't talk to no one. He just like talk to kids, and that's all he do, right? But the minute when he come home and he's seen something wrong, he jumped to it right away. And the story was when my sister, somehow she got busted, fell or playing with somebody. And I still remember when I went back when a little kid in Vietnam, when he got home from work and he saw that little cut and my sister was hiding it. And he was like, he would drop everything and run to my sister and say, "What is going on? What's wrong? Oh my God, who did this to you?" That's something that gave me that the inspiration to being a father, always care for the kids, no matter how hard you work. I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
So he always there for the kids. And we live with my mom for forever. And when he's not there, it does feel like it's missing something.
I can tell. Like I said, I didn't want to bring up emotional times. I lost my sister when she was 13 years old, and that's been 20 years for a very emotional thing. But I love that. I could tell when you talked about your dad, your whole face changed, your passion, your energy changed. So I can tell he was I don't think sometimes we realize how important, and maybe not all of us if you're watching today, but those that had an opportunity to have some good parents, you don't realize how much they poured into you until later on in life. So it's inspired you to be that family man too, and put your family first and be there for your family. So I appreciate you being real, my man. I think listen.
All right, I didn't mean to get too emotional.
Transparency, and I believe if you're going to be an awesome leader, you can be vulnerable and transparent. So I just want to praise you, man, and just give you kudos and say thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you this, and I asked comes on the podcast, and is this one word, Magalie, to describe yourself? What would that one word be?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
If there was one word you could use to describe yourself, what would that one word be?
Wow, that is so hard.
That comes to mind. Either of you, Tony, if you can think of your word first, we'll go with
How about Tony? You tell me if you were to describe me, what would that be?
Relentless.
relentless.
Yes. One thing about my wife, I totally respect her. She can outwork anyone. She can outwork me in 1,000 miles, right? I might get to have distractions, but not her. When she have put her mind to something, it's a non-stop. It's a non-stop thing. She keep going and going to complete. Every time that we actually have a type of event or certain things or thing going on, she's on it. There's no stopping until we finish the mission. That's my wife. Relentless is her word.
That's it.
So relentless for her. So Magalie, why don't you give me one word that you would use?
I think for Tony is that his discipline level. I'm definitely relentless, but I'm not disciplined. And for him, it's he's so disciplined. When he makes a goal, when he's focused on something, I mean, he is so disciplined. Just like working out, being mentally better. You know, he'll wake up and he'll start weighing his food, doing all this little stuff, and we're so busy. But you know what? When he's made up his mind that this is what I want to do, then I'm going to take it to the next level and I'm going to be disciplined. And I swear to God, when he's on a diet or any of that stuff, we're out with friends and doing anything, he does not move. Like, it's just like, for me, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, can I put my diet on hold? Can I do this? No, he is focused. And I think with that, and you know, between the two of us, I think that's how we get things done. Is that I know I got to keep going, and he's the one who's just like keep everything on schedule. We got to do this.
Sure. No, I totally get it. I believe being relentless is good, but you got to have that discipline, and being disciplined is good, but sometimes you got to go to that next level of tenacity.
Keep going. Yes.
You guys really complement each other, and I'm pretty good at the discipline on the diet too, Tony. I intermittent get put in front of me. You know, I got to smash on those rolls, man, if they're put in front of me. So I appreciate you guys sharing that. Let me ask you this as well. What really deep down inside caused you to bet on yourself, right? Because that's really what it takes, is to really go, you know what? I'm worth living out this dream. I'm going to bet on myself. Can you guys talk about that real quickly?
I think I'll start. So I feel that, you know, growing up, seeing my parents, immigrants, growing up, the immigrant mentality, it's just they don't take no for an answer. They don't believe that they are anything less. They believe that they deserve success. They deserve better for their kids. And so I was able to see that mindset of, it doesn't matter where you came from. It's you got to stay focused, and you have to keep going for your family. And I've seen growing up my parents go over so many hurdles, and not speaking English, not having legal paperwork, even those alone, I feel like you know, in today's world, I feel that we lost all of that. We lost all of that magic. And with that in mind, I've seen them, like you said, just truck every day. Just keep going and going, and they never back down. And I said that, you know what, if my parents can do that, I have to be better. You know, they brought me to this country. They're able to give me what they have given me. And I feel like with their success, I have to be doing 10 times more. And because of that, every day I do not take anything for granted. I may be in America, but I do not take opportunities for granted. I do not take anything for granted. And I believe that, you know what, there's lots of people overseas that are living in the forest. They have no choice. They have no work. They have no food. But you know what? They can't do nothing about it. They're just stuck in a place where they can't do anything. And I feel like we can do something. And every single day we have to be better. We have to be better. We have to be better. And that keeps us going. And every single day, no matter where we're at, we're always saying we can be better. If I can help 2,000 families, I can do 5,000 families. If I can do five, I can do 10,000. We're always doing more and doing better because we know that we have the opportunity to dream to do more. And I feel, that's from where we came from, and that's how we're able to get to where we are today.
Tony, you got any thoughts on that? What really just kind of causes you guys to keep betting on yourself?
I grew up in a family is not rich. My family worked job, all the life. When we moved to the U.S., same thing, right? I saw my first toys was from my older sister. When we come to the U.S., they have to sacrifice the school, their education, because now all the older family members have to go work. And I remember my sister worked at the restaurant, and her first tips money, she bought me a toy gun. And and I want to break through the cycle of a job. I keep saying myself, if I stay where I am and follow my family footsteps, there's no way I can break through the legacy of I saying not financial freedom. So I decided, when I met Magalie, that's where, she also helped me as well with her relentless, right? She always remind me, what's my goal? I have to break through this. If I do what I do every single day, I have the same result. But if I do certain things I do differently, I have a different result every day. But we have to recognize that little change that we made, and then the result of that. So we have to celebrate our little bit wins, right? So we recognize that, we're like, okay, let's move on. Let's do better. That's what you're saying, like, if we can help 200, we help 300, 500,000. Now it just keeps going. It's just you have to push yourself. You cannot be comfortable. Same thing in business, right? If you think you're big, you might not be big because somebody always bigger than you. So we keep always pushing and pushing, and that is what I broke through for my mindset and keep on going.
And I feel that, we don't stop because we feel like, we owe it. We owe it that we are here in America. If I was in Vietnam, it might be a different whole story, but I am in America, and I have a home. I have, my arms, my leg, I have my health, and that alone, I feel like we owe it to life so much to give back. I don't care how you give back, whether it be just to be able to support your immediate family, that's giving back. And that's why we never stop. And I feel that that's why we keep going. And that's our inspiration, is that we are so blessed already. You have to recognize you are blessed. Everything, no matter where you're at. We recognize we were blessed 10 years ago. We didn't know it's possible to be more blessed. Or we recognize we're blessed even before that, and because we recognize that, we just live the best we can. And I feel like every single day we gotta keep doing more because we can. Not just because we want more, because we know we can. And you have to recognize that and believe that you can do so much more. And you got to keep leveling up.
I love that. And and listen, I've been guilty of this season in my life where, you take things for granted or you get complacent. So if you're watching this today, listen, maybe you need to refan that flame. Right? Fan that flame again, that passion, that desire. Get around people like these two to encourage you and motivate you and deeply inspire you to not just settle and just plateau in your journey today. So I love that. Listen, as we get ready to wrap up today, I do want to talk about your foundation, because you talk a little bit about in Springfield. So talk a little bit about the foundation, and kind of the mission behind it, and then also a little bit of what you've done already with that foundation.
So we both always have been doing a lot of charity work just in our communities, within our friends and family, and constantly doing it. But we donate, and that's what we mainly do. We fundraise or we donate, and we never really get to see our money, where is it going, and how are the, when people receive it, what is the feeling like? And when Tony's father passed away in 2016. And we were inspired by my mother-in-law, who it's like, you know what, I don't, I don't know if I can live without him. I don't know how many more years I have. My life dream has always been not just to give back, but give back with me there, going myself, doing the deep and doing the mission work. And I want to go there and do it ourselves. And so he's like, let's go. I told him, let's drop everything and let's do it. And I tell you, our lives has changed tremendous. Just when I thought our lives couldn't even change anymore, we changed. We went on that trip and we came back a completely different human being. And being able, and I thought that, it was me who was giving, but no, it was the people there giving back to me. And the feeling that I got, the blessings that I got was so much more than I can ever give back. And we came back that day, with a different vision and a different mission. And like you said, our definition of success has changed. And, now it's not about, being able to reach a certain income level, being able to get that dream house. It's about, can I help 2,000 people? And next year, can I do more? Can I do 5? And then now that's just our numbers. And with that number in mind, what do I need to do that? And that's how we put our heads down and we're going to go to work. And you know what? Not just that, is that we can do it ourselves, but how do we share this vision, this mission? Because you know what? People just go to work every day. They don't see this other side of the world that we were fortunate enough to go and see. And if I could just inspire just one more person to be a part of our journey, to feel and to see and to do it in their own ways, because I hope one day there's going to be 100 of us, 1,000 of us to go out and help people across the world. I know I can't do very much, Rob. I can help, a few people here and there, but you know what, together by sharing, our vision and our mission, we are able to inspire more people to go out and do more like us. And hence, that's where Team T Foundation was born. Back in 2016 was our first overseas charity trip. And since then, we have not stopped. And, during COVID, we had a breakthrough. I told them every year we come back and we help 1,000, 2,000 families. Who's to say, why can't we do all of that? That's 5 years in 1 year. Instead of doing a couple thousand a year, why can't I do 10,000 in 1 year? Is it possible? And, after COVID happened this past year, we weren't able to go back. I told them as soon as Vietnam opens, we're putting this game plan in place and we're going to do it. And honestly, Rob, even if I fail, even if I do half of it, you know what, I'm in a position, I'm more grateful than I would ever be, even if we're able to do half of our vision. And that vision this year is to be able to give back, to touch 10,000 lives. And we are committed to do it ourselves already. And now we're going to advocate on behalf of them to help more. And every day I just tell my friends, you know what, just one more family, even just one more family, one more, every day is just one more. And that's all we focus on, is just one more. And regardless, and now we're leaving in 2 weeks already. And we're still in the process of fundraising and sharing the vision and the mission. And I'm not going to stop, to the very last day, to the time I'm there, every last dime, every last dollar, you know what, if I can just help one more. And that to me, is fulfillment already.
That's something people can give to? Like, do you have a link that people can give?
Yes, so right now with that 10,000, it's gonna probably 10,000 care packages will probably equal to like $150,000 worth. It's about $15 to serve to feed a family, depending on the amount of person, 1 to 2 months. So we want to touch 10,000 families. So we did a fundraiser on Facebook. Is that if we're able to fundraise half of that, we will match half. So every dollar that you donate, we will match 100%.
So I'll get that link from you guys, because this podcast won't drop for a few weeks, but you guys may already be there, but we can go ahead and give to the next one, right? We can still give.
Absolutely. We're going to keep going, because we're probably not going to hit 10,000, but you know what, Rob? Whatever we do, we're going to go, we're going to make it happen. And if I have to come back again next month, next 2 months, 3 months, it's going to happen.
I love that. That's that relentlessness, right? That's that determination and not quitting. And I wrote down this quote because it made me think of you guys, when I heard your story in Springfield. And as we wrap up today, it says, generosity is the most natural outward expression of an inner attitude of compassion. Let me read that again. Generosity is the most natural outward expression of an inner attitude of compassion. You guys just seem like you're really successful people, yes, but that you're very compassionate people, that you really want to help people. And it's just a natural expression when it's really who you are, it's going to come out. And so if you're a leader watching this today, or maybe you're wanting to be a leader, think about that. You attract ultimately who you are, right? You can only fake it for so long. And I love what you guys are doing, and just the genuineness and the authenticity, everything else that goes with you guys. I always like to do this as we close. What's one word of advice? Because there's different people that watch this channel. Obviously, I interview a lot of people in the insurance space because I'm in the insurance space, but we have people that are real estate agents, people in ministry, people in different professions that are watching this, and maybe they're really wanting to take that next step towards their dream. What's some advice that you would give them? If you could go back 20 years ago and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself, but also to help other people that are watching this today?
I'm saying that put yourself in the right position that you're going to win. Put yourself in the right circle. The people around you is very important. Either the people going to either drag you down or going to bring you up. People like yourself, right? Listen to podcasts, listen to motivation, get yourself out of there. Sir, position yourself like you will be there. That's what I did for the last, whenever since I in this industry, I always put myself in the right mindset. The minute you put yourself in the wrong mindset, it's talking about a negative thing. You end up thinking about negative. It's always two different ways of looking things. Trying to look the other way, not only the way that you think in your mind, it might be tricking you. Oh, that's not good. This, not that, whatever, right? Figure it out. Get yourself other side and look at it again. Was that the right vision that you're looking for?
Magalie, what about you? What is some advice?
I think I did touch on it a little bit earlier, but I feel that being able to enjoy the journey, which is so important, because why? It's because, you know what, we figured this out so late in the game, and we just kept trucking and trucking. We lost, we were going to struggle. You're regardless. So why didn't we take that extra moment to take the kids to the movie? Why didn't we, we wish that we were able to remember to enjoy the journey. And riding on Tony, I feel like in order to be in the best possible position to win, you just do your best each day. And people say, how do I put myself in the best position? How do I know what the best is? We don't. No one does, guys. You just do the best you can. And when that opportunity appears, you will be ready. Because why? Because if you weren't ready, you would never recognize or see that opportunity. And I believe that. And so therefore, how do you do it? You do the best you know how. If that's how you know that you can do the best, you do that. You do that. And tomorrow, I guarantee you, your best will level up and your vision will change. And if there's anything I can leave you guys with, that would be it. It's just, guys, do your best each day. And I guarantee you that when the opportunity comes, you will be ready.
I definitely love that. Where can we find you guys online? Facebook, TikTok, Instagram?
Yes. All that. Yeah.
Description and get all that from your team and from your people. Well, listen.
And please, anybody, we're open to anybody can reach out to us, ask us anything. We're all about sharing, and we believe that there's so much greatness in this world, and so much opportunities that there's opportunity for everyone. It doesn't have to just be us. Let's just do this together and let's make a difference together.
Now, I'll definitely testify to that. You guys were so gracious at the event that we went to. My wife, I know, spent some time with you. So we really enjoyed getting to know you guys, and you guys are so gracious with your time. And it's very evident why you guys are having the success that you have. And as we close today, I just want to remind all of you that are watching, listen, I believe all of you possess a leader inside of you. And I pray that something that we talked about just fans that fire in you, compels you to go, you know what? It's about time that I started winning in this journey called life. So I just want to say once again, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications. That way you're notified every time we drop fresh content like this. God bless you guys. Make it an awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon.